In this two-part video, we're going to pit up the Galaxy S5 with the HTC One M8. Who's going to win? Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to the Geeksmack Review, where I review products. I show you how to do things, lots of different things on the Geeksmack Review. And one of those things is, of course, looking at phones. Our friends over at Verizon got me two phones to take a look at. I've been planning on them for a couple weeks now. I've really enjoyed them and found how they can actually be used in my regular everyday life. And these two phones, of course, it's a plain case. Some people got a case that would look like it got burned in on the sides. Galaxy S5 right here, and of course the HTC One M8 here. So, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at both phones, but we're going to do it in two videos. The first video, we're going to show you off the Samsung Galaxy S5 and all their features. In the second video, I'm going to show you the HTC One M8. And then, of course, at the end, I'm going to tell you the differences and which one you might want to get for your phone, your main phone. Now, after playing with the Samsung S5, I see why it's one of the top smartphones on the market. Samsung definitely takes Android software and makes it its own. A great camera, a powerful battery, and even more secure with its own fingerprint scanner to unlock the phone. Let's start with the screen. Basically, we've got a 5.1-inch phone using the AMOLED technology, AMOLED technology, to do everything from get that great video shot to play Clash of Clans without squinting. The design of the phone is pretty standard, but kind of lackluster. The plastic case phone comes in white or black, and of course you can switch out the back of the case if you want to. The phone is pretty thin, has a weight of only 5.1 ounces, and does have a removable battery. The S5 touts some interesting features, including being somewhat waterproof, along with the ability to measure your vitals. Checking out the waterproof option if you spill your drink in the cafe, if you drop it in the sink, or maybe even the toilet, you'll be able to clean it off and move on. And as long as the USB cap was securely in place, you have it secured if you changed out the battery, and of course if you don't drop it in the deep end of the pool while watching a funny cat video. In fact, I put this into a bowl of water for over 30 minutes, and this is what happened. Now, there's a lot of great health features on the S5. The back, it actually can help you show your heart rate. You basically place your finger on the LED and the phone will monitor the heartbeat and put it into the vitals. This is perfect for those of you who are on that 20-minute power walk and you need to check your vitals. It also has a built-in pedometer that works really well. I've taken it on a couple journeys and it's logged all my steps. Now, if you're running low on juice, there's many mobile locations that'll actually let you switch out the battery, including in certain airports where power outlets could actually be very hard to find to recharge. Other specs to the Galaxy S5 include a 2.5 gigahertz quad-core CPU, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and either 16 or 32 gigabytes of memory. You can even expand the phone to 128 gigabytes through the micro SD card. You have to pull the back off to get there. One of my favorite features is the ultra power saving mode. If your phone gets at about 10% and you can't find another battery to switch it out with, you can actually flip it over to power saver so you can do what the phone was originally made to do: take phone calls and text messages. I also like the unlock biometrics to this phone. You can swipe your finger across the bottom of the screen to unlock. Of course, Samsung has a series of accessories that can help your phone go further, including that Galaxy Gear Watch and the new Samsung Watch that's coming out with Android Wear. One of the downfalls to this phone is the micro USB connector. It actually uses the faster charge connector, which is technically not the compliant USB charge to Android phones. The plug-in's advantage is speed in charging and data transfer. The connector draws about 900 milliamps, which would charge the phone faster than the standard micro USB working at 500 milliamps. However, you can plug in the micro USB plug and charge it at 500 milliamps. It just won't charge as fast as with this cable. Overall, the S5 is a powerful phone with a lot of interesting features you can use in everyday life. It takes the phone to a new level, especially with the biometrics and heart rate monitor functions. And that's the Samsung Galaxy S5. There's a lot of great features on here. The waterproof feature and, of course, the built-in pedometer, so I can measure my heart rate and my biometrics here. It plays Candy Crush great. It checks your email. Battery life is great. Of course, we did the battery life test, and I watched a video for a few hours, and it only went to half the power on the phone. The waterproof test, awesome, and a whole bunch more. I could see myself having this phone and using it for a lot of different options, and of course taking great pictures and video is also one of those great options. We're going to hook this up to Google Glass on my show This Week in Google Glass over at thisweekingoogleglass.com or twig.tv, twigg.tv, and we're going to talk about how this and the HTC One, which phones really work with glass and which ones don't. So that's this video with the Samsung Galaxy S5. Of course, the next video we're going to pit it against is the HTC One M8, the all-metal construction, and of course running Android. And I'm going to tell you something. There's one big difference between these two that I'm going to talk about now, and that is on the main screens here. I'm going to call up the settings screen. The settings screen on this, it looks a lot different than the settings screen on this because this is more default Android settings, and this one Samsung goes and actually redesigns the icons, which they can do without problem. But it's definitely, if you're switching from Android phones, this one needs a little bit of a learning curve to get used to from another Android phone. And then, of course, when we're going to set this one down, we're going to talk about the HTC next. Check that out in the next video, and everything else. Check out everything over at Geekazine.com, YouTube.com/Geekazine, or Geekazine Think Magazine. Put in a geek, you've got Geekazine. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, you guys geek out.